This is a research about gift exchange in the field. In particular, there is a Swiss charity, and this Swiss charity sent out letters to 10,000 donors. So in this letter, they explain their situation and they invite their donations to their charity. So they sent out such letters to 10,000 donors. And here they have three groups. So in total, they sent letters to 10,000 donors. So among them, there are three groups. So about 3,300 donors in each group. To the first group, when they sent letters, they just sent letters soliciting donations. So no gift, just letters for donation. To the second group, it is called small gift condition. To this group, when they sent letters, they also included a small gift. So here, small gift is a card from a child in Bangladesh. So this is an example of such card. So this is a postcard, and this picture is drawn by a child in Bangladesh. So this can be considered as a small gift to donor. So when they sent letters to these donors, they put letter soliciting their donations and this postcard with picture drawn by a child in Bangladesh. To the third group, this is called large gift condition. To this third group, they sent out a letter with 4 such postcards. So to the third group, they sent 4 postcards. So because there are more cards here, this third condition can be considered as a large gift. So according to the logic from gift exchange experiment, we can see that if there is more gift or more rent given to the other person, the person is willing to reciprocate. So we can imagine that more gift may invite more donations from donors. So here we have numbers here. So in the first group, response is 12%. And in the second group, the response was 14%, so higher, but not that different. But now we see there's clear difference between first and third group. So the response is almost twice. So we can see that this gift exchange has a quite big impact on donors' behavior. And if you think about it, including postcards in the letter is not that expensive. So this can be very cost-effective strategy by charities. So this is why these days charities are willing to use this kind of gift exchange idea in increasing their donations. And there are many field researches about this gift exchange ideas. In particular, these papers show that workers are willing to reduce their effort when they are treated unfairly. In the first paper, Kruger and Moss, they studied data from Bridgestone Tires company. And they analyze the data and they find that strike among workers. So here workers may strike because there are many issues about wages. So there's some conflict between workers and employers. So workers go to strike when they feel unfairness. So if there is a strike among workers and replacement workers, so here when some workers strike and they don't want to work, then maybe companies just dismiss such workers and they just hire temporary replacement workers. So when there is a strike in the company and there are many replacement workers, then the researchers show that in this kind of situation, they find that product quality is very low. So here product quality can be measured by defect in tires. So they find that when there is this kind of conflict between workers and employers, they find lower product quality in this company. So we can explain this finding by gift exchange ideas. So employers are kind of unfair to workers. Then in this case, workers reciprocate by choosing putting less effort, and this leads to lower product quality. Second paper is about police department. There is a police union, and there is a negotiation about police wage between police union and the department. So police union ask for higher salary increase, and then there's a negotiation going on, and police department is gonna choose how much wage increase will be determined. So typically, police department increases wage when police union ask for higher wage, but maybe this wage increase is not enough. So for example, police union ask for $100 wage increase, but after negotiation, maybe police department determines to increase wage only by 50. So this is wage increase, but it's not enough when we compare this actual wage increase to demand by police union. And in this paper, the researcher studies if there is any effect of this issue on job performance, and there is a finding that so wage increase is not enough relative to demand from police union. In this case, job performance is lower. So lower job performance among policemen means arrest rate is lower and crime rate is higher. So again, there is this idea of gift exchange. So police department is not giving favorable offer to policemen. Then in return, policemen reciprocate by choosing lower effort. In third paper, Caterpillar is studied. This is the biggest construction machinery firm in US. And in this data set, so there are contract disputes in factories. So this company has many factories across US, and maybe a few factories have some contract disputes between employer and employees. And the finding is that if there are contract disputes, it lowers product quality. And in this paper, measuring product quality can be a very difficult issue. So in this paper, the researcher measures product quality in terms of price in resale market. So once the product is sold, maybe after some amount of uses, maybe the owner wants to resell the product to others in resale market. So if product quality is high, the price in resale market is gonna be also high. And if product quality is low, we can imagine price in resale market is gonna be low. So the finding is that when there are contract dispute, price in resale market is low. So that indicates lower product quality. And according to the calculation by this researcher, this contract dispute leads to at least $400 million loss because of this kind of inferior quality. So this is a really big effect for companies. So maybe it is better for firms to just increase wage and give favor to workers and induce them to increase their effort. Maybe that's better business strategy for firms to maximize their payoff. In the first paper, they study airline companies and they study whether pay cuts lead to lower performance of airline pilots. So in terms of delays. So when we go to airport, sometimes airlines are delayed. So they don't fly on time. So the authors measure performance in terms of delay, and they find that when there are pay cuts, so wage goes down. In this case, they find more delays in airlines. So in other words, lower wage leads to lower performance of pilot. So again, there is this gift exchange idea. This paper by Fur and co-authors ask, so again, this is a question about stake size. So many people asked, in the laboratory, when we run experiment, we find intrinsic reciprocity because the stake size is small. So it's just maybe $5 and $10 stake, so it's too small, and maybe this is why individuals reciprocate. So it's small amount and they don't just really care. So these authors run experiment with high stake, and in this experiment, average earning is really big. So between 1 to 10 weeks of wage. So this is a really big amount of money. So really high stake, and they find no difference in the finding. So again, it seems that stake size doesn't really matter. So in the laboratory, when we run experiment, usually stake size is small, but still we can trust the findings because stake size doesn't really matter in the finding. Another usual question, cultural difference, and it seems that gift exchange is much lower for US But this finding is still, there are some arguments about this finding, but it seems that gift exchange is lower for US. And in this paper by Fur and others, they show that when buyer pays high price, then seller supplies high quality goods. So again, there is a gift exchange idea here. Because it is possible that buyer pays high price, but seller just supplies low quality good to buyer. It is possible, but still they find that when buyer pays high price, so buyer shows some favor to seller. In this case, seller reciprocates by supplying high quality good. In this paper, the topic is about social comparison. So this is a gift exchange game experiment, and there is one employer that's typical, but there are two employees. So we can imagine comparison between the employees. So first, the employer announces wage. So employer announces whether maybe wage is small, maybe wage is high. So employer announces wage. And then first employee chooses effort. And then second employee chooses effort. So here the thing is, second employee observes first employee's effort, and then second employee is gonna choose effort. So in this way, naturally second employee is gonna compare his effort to first employee's effort. So maybe second employee may feel bad about choosing low effort when first employee chooses high effort. So the authors find that when wage is high, it turns out both employees choose high effort. So here, because of social comparison, second employee also is willing to choose high effort, then expecting that first employee also wants to choose high effort. So it seems that social comparison matters here. And this second paper, this is also very interesting. So imagine one employer and two employees. In the first group, this is the experiment. So there is a wage cut. So wage goes down. And in this case, wage goes down for both agents. So in this case, we can naturally imagine that effort goes down. So 15% decrease in effort. In the second group, wage goes down, but only for one agent. So there are two agents here, so two employees, and one employee's wage is the same, but only the other agent's wage goes down. So in this case, we observe 34% decrease in effort by the agent who obtains lower wage. So here we see that there is a comparison going on here. So one agent obtains high wage, the other agent obtains low wage. So this second agent is gonna feel really bad. So in turn, we can see that effort decrease by this agent is really big. So almost twice compared to here. So more than twice. So as we can see here, this kind of social comparison also matters in gift exchange game experiment. And based on these findings, this paper by Abella and Cossers asks this interesting question. So is equal wage for everyone something good? So maybe so many people think that equal wage for everyone is something good. So there are maybe there are 1 million workers in a factory, and all of them get same wage, or some of them get really high wage, others get really small amount of wage. So this kind of inequality is maybe that's bad. So many people may say equal wage for everyone is something good. So here in this research, there is one principal and two agents. So one employer and two employees. In the first group, they impose this constraint. So when principal offers wage, wage for both agents must be the same in the first group. So in the first group, both agents are gonna get the same amount of wage all the times. But in the second group, wages may be different. So if principal wants, principal may give higher wage to one of the agents. So different wage is possible. So, and they find this problem about equal wages. So in other words, workers are gonna feel fair about equal wage only when both workers put the same amount of effort. So otherwise, so if suppose both workers obtain the same amount of wage, but still workers feel unfair if workers put different amount of effort. So for example, first employee puts really high amount of effort, but the other guy is shirking and he doesn't put any amount of effort, then first employee is gonna naturally feel very unfair, and this is gonna have very negative impact on agent effort choice. So this graph is their finding, and this is very interesting. So this red graph is for first group, so where wage must be the same. So this is the graph for the group where wage must be the same for both agents. And this blue is for different wage group. So we can see that in the beginning, so effort is similar. So in the beginning, effort is similar. And if you look at the blue curve, this is the group where different wage is possible. So in this case, we can observe effort is slightly increasing and decreasing later. So there's not much difference in wage in the beginning round and the last round. But if you look at the red curve, this is the group where wage must be the same for both workers. And as we can see, there's a decline in average effort. So again, this is because equal wage does not necessarily imply fairness, because if workers put different amount of effort, then this is gonna be another source of unfairness. So as we can see here, when wage must be the same for both workers, so in this case, principal cannot punish or cannot reward. So therefore, we can see that the employee who puts higher effort in the previous round now feel unfair. So he's gonna put lower effort and so on. So as we can see, average effort is decreasing as we go to later round. So this is a bad effect coming from equal wage for everyone. And in this paper, they study this power of gift. So instead of money, in traditional economics, we say money is better. So when you have a choice between money and some material gift, traditional economics says people are gonna always choose money because money is better than any material gift. But maybe that's not necessarily true in reality. So here, the researchers recruit students for data entry task and 36 euros for 3 hours task. So they give money to students, 36 euros, and they ask a student to enter some data from the paper. So they give document to student and they ask student to enter these numbers to computer. And in one group, so this is called the money condition. So in one group, they surprisingly give them 7 more euros. So initially students come to here knowing that they're gonna get 36 euros for 3 hours task, but researchers gave them 7 more euros. So this can be considered as gift, and actually this is a monetary gift, money. So according to gift exchange idea, we can imagine students are gonna reciprocate by working harder. So it turns out students entered more data, and about 6% more data. For the second group, it's called the gift condition. Instead of money, the researchers surprisingly gave them a gift, and this gift is worth 7 euros. So in terms of monetary value, they are the same. So the only difference between first and second group is in the first group, they give surprising money, and in the second group, they give surprising money, material gift. So according to traditional economics, actually traditional economics do not predict anything. So there must be shirking. But usually we say people prefer money to material gift. So maybe we can expect students are gonna work harder with money condition, but it turns out students worked harder under gift condition. So this is called the power of gift. So maybe people prefer money to material gift in some cases, but not in others. So for example, if you want to give gift to your friends, then you have two choices. You can give money to your friends, or you can buy a gift and give it to your friends. So in terms of monetary value, they are the same. And we can imagine which gift is better for your friend. So actually, if you give money to your friend as a gift, actually it can be insulting to your friend. So in this case, gift can be much better. So actually this is what we observe in daily lives, and we can confirm this idea using this gift exchange game experiment. So so here we studied gift exchange game experiment, and so there are still many things we can do. There are many directions we can go in studying gift exchange game experiment.